and welcome to my channel, Naughty Gnome Crafts. My name is Sarah, and you can find me as Naughty Gnome on Instagram. Whether you are a new or returning viewer, thank you so much for joining me. And today's video is going to be all about my recent fabric haul. First, I would just like to apologize if you can hear a little clickety-clackety. Both of my dogs are in here. My husband's actually out of town, and so the dogs are going to be following me everywhere that I go, and there's kind of nothing I can do about that at the moment. So that you may hear them wandering around. Hopefully they'll settle down pretty soon. Before we get into the content of today's video, I am wearing my Simplicity 8875 dress. I'm pretty sure that's the number. If it's not, I'll correct it on the screen. But I absolutely love this dress. I'll insert a picture so you can see what it looks like full length. And I don't know, I just really love this dress. I feel very pretty when I wear it, and it's becoming one of my favorites. So, as predicted, when July hit and I was allowing myself to purchase patterns and fabric again, I went a little bit crazy, and this basically coincided with all of the 4th of July sales that companies were having. And I actually purchased quite a few indie patterns, and I went back and bought some more Big 4 patterns. So I will be having another pattern haul video coming probably next week. But today's video is just going to be all about the fabric and all of the wonderful things that I have picked up recently. So let's just start with my Needle Sharp box. Now, I did promise that I was going to do a full review of Needle Sharp, and I do fully intend to do that still. But it occurred to me that this month's box was a bad month for me to do a review because it's definitely atypical as far as the contents of the box that I normally receive. So it just was not a good example for me to show you and do a review of this box and then be like, but this isn't what you normally get, and that would just be weird. So instead, I just opened the box and washed the fabric. I do have all of my fabric pre-washed that I'm going to show you here because I'm a pre-washer. I basically wash things right when I get them, and then when I'm ready to cut them out, I don't have to worry about doing it then. I also do not iron my fabrics after I pre-wash them because I'm just going to have to iron them again when I go to use them, so what's the point? So all of my fabrics are going to be washed and a little bit crinkled. Hopefully you can accept that. So Needle Sharp box. This month I got the So Indulgent box, which is like the luxury box. And it actually included 2 fabrics instead of 1. So it was actually a wonderful treat this month that I got 2 fabrics that I can make 2 garments out of, or maybe more. We'll get to that. So the first fabric that was in the box is this white crinkle cotton. And before I washed it, it wasn't that crinkly, and so I thought, hold on a second. Sorry about that. I feel like there's going to be a lot of interruptions. I just had to stop and play tug of war with Penny because she wanted to play tug of war and she was making more noise. Okay, back to the Needle Sharp fabric. So this is a crinkle cotton. When I got it in the mail, it wasn't super crinkly, but after washing it, it did get really textured after washing and drying. And the really great thing about this fabric is that it is not see-through. It's kind of a miracle. So it kind of opened up all these possibilities for what I wanted to make, because normally in the Needle Sharp box you get a pattern, but I elected not to receive the pattern this time because it was boxy tops, and I just got a boxy top last month, so I didn't want another one. And so the world is my oyster, and I can make whatever I want with this. I ended up with 4 yards of this, which is a very generous amount. And initially I was thinking dress because I'm just obsessed with dresses right now, but actually the thought occurred to me that because this isn't sheer, and it's nice and lightweight, but there's still some heft to it, that it might make some really nice summer weight pants. So I'm giving that some serious consideration, but I have not chosen a pattern yet, but I really like this fabric. And that's one of the reasons why I love Needle Sharp, is I get to try all these fabrics that I might not be aware of or have heard of, but I can give them a go and see if I like them. So that was the first fabric from Needle Sharp. And then the second fabric that was in my box this month is, well, it was actually supposed to be a rayon fabric, but the owner of the shop contacted me and told me that they were out of stock, and so she offered me some replacements. So I elected to get the replacement fabric, which was this 100% linen, in this gorgeous print. This is so amazing. Like, I like this fabric better than the initial option that I was offered. So I'm really actually glad that I got this. This is 100% linen, like I said, and I ended up with 2 yards, and it is a wider fabric. I think it's like 50 something inches wide. And I think I want to make a Closet Core Callie shirt out of this. Now, I don't have the Callie shirt and shirt dress pattern. I do have some patterns in my stash a little bit similar, and I was thinking I should just use one of those. But in the end, I think I really want to make a Callie, so I think that that is what I'm going to end up doing with this gorgeous fabric. I think it'll be a wonderful shirt. I actually don't know if I want to make the shirt or the shirt dress yet, but I just think it would be wonderful for summer in that pattern. So the next fabric that I have to show you is actually for a collab, and I don't think that I'm supposed to talk about it yet, so I'm not going to give you any details. I'll just show you the fabric. And it is this Rifle Paper Company canvas. It's a cotton linen blend, and for a canvas, it's pretty lightweight. It has some decent drape to it. And I can't remember the exact yardage that I got, but I think I got a little bit over 4 yards. So it's for a really big project. You guys know me and Rifle Paper Company. I'm kind of like a walking advertisement for them at this point, but I'm fine with that. And yeah, this print is really beautiful, and I'm very, very excited about my collab project, but you're just gonna have to sit tight and see what that's gonna be later on. And I got this canvas from Stash Fabrics, which is an online shop in Florida, I believe. And because while I was on Stash Fabrics, they had free shipping over a certain dollar amount, and I was like $10 away from getting the free shipping. So I'm like, of course I'm gonna buy something else because I'd rather have more fabric than pay for shipping. So in order to get free shipping, I got this Cloud 9 rayon. I'm pretty sure it's a rayon challis. I'm not 100% sure of the substrate, but it's a very lightweight, delicate rayon. And I didn't even notice this in the listing, but the fabric actually, it's blue background with white flowers, and then it has little shades of pink in it as well, which is really pretty. It has wonderful drape. And this was a remnant piece. It was 2 yards that was on sale for, I think I ended up getting it for like $9 a yard, which for this type of fabric is amazing. So super happy with this purchase. I initially thought I would make another Friday Pattern Company saltwater slip, and I may still do that, but I also was thinking about potentially making a really flowy, ruffly skirt. And right now I can't make up my mind of which one I want to do with that, but this fabric's really gorgeous, and I'm happy to add this to my stash. So staying on the theme of Rifle Paper Company fabric and collabs, I'm actually doing another collab that will be coming up in August, and I'm going to be using this lemon print, which is another Rifle Paper Company fabric in their rayon substrate. This fabric, I'd had my eye on it for a while, but I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to buy it, and then it started to get really low in stock. Like, I could only find it at a few shops in the US, and I was like, well, I should probably just buy it before it disappears. So I did. It's really, really lovely. It is a little bit more sheer than I was originally thinking, so whatever I decide to make with this, I might have to line at least the bodice, but I'm not sure. I bought it to make a dress. I have to decide if I want to bother lining that dress or if I just make something else. But in the meantime, I have this gorgeous fabric. I really love the color yellow, but I just feel like it often doesn't like me back. But I think that this shade of yellow, and the fact that it's really mostly cream, I think works with my skin tone. And yeah, I'm really excited to get this sewn up this summer so I can wear it before summer is over. And yeah, I forgot how many yards I got of this, but it is a more narrow fabric, so I think I got like 3.5 yards or something like that. So it's enough to make a dress of some sort. So the next fabric that I picked up, I told you in my July plans that I was going to be buying this, and of course I've kind of started to change my mind, but we'll get to that. I had purchased this Brussels washer linen. I have no idea why I have trouble saying that, but Brussels washer linen from fabric.com in the Thistle colorway, which is this gorgeous lilac-y lavender sort of color. It has lovely drape. It's a linen rayon blend. And fabric.com had a 4th of July sale where their fabrics were 20% off. So it was great. I got this at a great price. I got 4 yards of it, and I was going to make the Fiber Mood Vicky dress. However, as if you've seen my last Friday Sews video, you will have seen that my sort of mini disaster with trying to make another linen dress with 4 yards of fabric, and it was just way too heavy and like too much fabric for my taste and comfort level. So now I'm thinking, do I really want to use another 4 yards? Like, do I want to make another dress with 4 yards of linen? It just feels like that's a mistake. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I was thinking about potentially making matching separates because I'm just obsessed with that idea right now, or possibly making a jumpsuit. I don't know, but actually the nice thing about having 4 yards is that I have plenty of options and I can have time to think about it. But I do really like this color. It's just beautiful. And I don't wear this tone a whole lot, but I'm looking to add a little bit more and varied colors to my wardrobe. So yeah, whatever this is going to be, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. So staying on the theme of Fabric.com, the next couple things I'm going to show you are a little bit boring, but sort of necessary. So as I was saying about having to potentially line the linen fabric, I also, from Fabric.com, I bought 3 yards of this solid white cotton voile. It was relatively inexpensive, and I basically just want to have this in my stash for when and if I need to line garments, like a summer weight garment. I've lined a dress with rayon batiste before, and it was extremely heavy and maybe not the best fabric to use for lining an entire dress. And so I thought that this very lightweight cotton voile might be a better alternative to use as a lining. So I just wanted to grab some, have it on hand, and then if I need to use it for a bodice or even for a whole dress, I can have that for lining. And the next fabric I'm going to show you is also for a lining. But I promise you the last fabric that I'm going to show you is much more exciting. So I also picked up some red cotton voile. It's not the same kind, and I will try to link all of these fabrics in the description box below if you're interested. It's not the same kind as the white, but it's the same brand, but it's essentially the same type of fabric. Very lightweight, and I'm going to be using this as a lining. I only got, I think, maybe half a yard or a yard or something of this for use for a specific lining. So the last fabric that I have to show you is very special. As I said, Fabric.com had their everything on their website was 20% off, and as far as I know, there weren't any exclusions, which I feel is kind of rare. And you guys know, if you've been watching my channel for a while, that I have champagne taste in fabric, and I'm not afraid to buy really nice fabrics or use really nice fabrics. But even for me, there are certain types of fabric that I'm just like, I don't know, I don't know if I should buy that. It's so expensive. And so I end up not pulling the trigger. But this time, because they had it on sale, I was like, I'm just going to do it. It's my birthday month. I'm going to treat myself. Why not? So I purchased some Liberty of London Tana Lawn. Let me make sure, yeah, this is the right side. This fabric is so beautiful. You guys know that red is my favorite color. I can never have enough red dresses in my mind, and so that is actually why I bought the red voile to use as a bodice lining for this fabric. It's so lightweight and drapey, and it has a beautiful sheen to it. Like, it's not shiny, but it reflects the light a little bit. It's airy. I think it'll be really comfortable to wear. And I have never made this fabric into garments before. I think I once bought like a fat 8 or a fat 16th bundle of Tana Lawn when I was quilting, and I made like some bags and maybe a few like small like art quilt kind of things out of it. But I've never used it for garments, mainly because it's just so expensive and I felt like it wasn't justified. But I went ahead and pulled the trigger, and I bought this fabric to make a very specific pattern. I don't have it to show you, but I'll put it up on the screen. I want to make that new look dress that has the square neckline and the tier at the bottom. And I thought that the cotton lawn would be the perfect application for this because you need a little bit more structure to hold the square neckline, and it'll really define those ruffles without making them too stiff. Whereas a rayon, I love rayon, I use rayon most of the time, but I just felt like the rayon might be a little bit too drapey for the square neckline. And I think the Tanalan will just be perfect for that dress. So I can't wait to make this. I hope that I don't get too scared to cut into it because sometimes that happens. But yeah, I really want to try to make this before the end of summer because I just think it's going to be a gorgeous, gorgeous summer dress. And I'm just in love with this fabric. And who knows, if I like this experience and I like the dress, maybe I'll go back and buy more Tanalan if I can psych myself up for it. So that is the final fabric that I had to show you in this fabric haul. I just giggled because I just looked down and I have 2 dogs who are sleeping on the floor at my feet, and it's just adorable. Anyway, I hope that wherever you are, that you are having a wonderful day, and thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.